Hi all, Freeze Cracked here. Hey, today I thought I'd, do a video and make a little something or another that y'all might find amusing. And one thing that immediately, sort of came to my mind with that is that this is not the rock to do that with. So, put that down. Yeah, I think I just do this one. A little more my speed. One of the things I've noticed lately when I try and make videos is I just can't think and I can't talk. So I don't know if that means I'm not aging like fine wine or what, but I'm willing to be an idiot in order to amuse you, but I would like to be an informative idiot. Speaking of which, I've been at nap-ins and stuff lately and talking to people and consulting with people who know more than me and have been around a long time. And it kind of keeps coming to my mind that I don't like everything I teach you and talk about because my way isn't the only way, and sometimes other ways seem better in some regards. So backtracking a little bit, I was walking around collecting rock in Central Texas not long ago, and I got tired of hitting every rock once, and so I picked up a nodule, a rounded nodule with cortex on it, and I blanked this standing up, and I did this with a maybe an inch and a quarter or something solid head copper and nothing else. And as you can see, all these edges are sharp. You can also see long hits, big overshot. You can see beveled, almost hammerstone type platforms on the sides and this kind of stuff. So the strategy, of course, initially was hit everything above or below the center line on angles, driving in on planes in order to take flakes, which is easy to do without abrading. But when the thin down, you can still, when the edges taper to where you would have to hit on the edge, if you don't have an abrader or something or don't want to abrade a bunch, you can bevel that off and get a steep platform back and drive in above the edge some more until you get things thin. But at any rate, the way that you can hit a big overshot on an edge that's not abraded is I just sheared the edge a little bit with the rough nose of the copper and then hold it together well with my finger and drive straight in on it quickly, kind of a quick hit. Sometimes quickness, and this works with your pressure flaking too. I have not shown enough quickness with some of my work. You can increase your power quite a bit and get much longer flake travel, particularly on pressure flaking and stuff, if you kind of do that full body sneeze thing and make that thing go. Sometimes you can make it go where it would have collapsed, but you just take it really quickly, and by the time it realizes it could have collapsed, it's already gone. So there's all kind of stuff like that. I can't remember what else I was wanting to say. I like to backtrack a little bit sometimes and say, hey, there's not one way that works on a lot of this kind of stuff. A lot of it depends on the rock. Okay, so in light of what I was just saying, I think I'm going to start off hitting this without doing any abrading at all, and we'll see what happens. This could get ugly. All right, so I probably ought to use that smaller bopper I just had, but let me try this. Don't put too much pressure on there, you'll make it sink. You'll cut your piece in half, do a big reversal or something. See how it kind of blew up? Believe it or not, I mean, some Georgetown is just almost too good, and I have not peened or knocked down. Where's my hammer? Oh, my little hammer's too far behind me. Hold on. I'm improvising. I use a long file to get the hammer. There's a little sharp area right there. I don't know what the solution is for this, because you can't use all steel tools, but you got to, sometimes it seems like I'm falling burrs off after every hit almost because of the hardness of the rock I use and the need to not have a bunch of burrs. This is a good rock. Almost too good. You say, well, why did I do that? Well, look, I just made me a bevel. That's how you get into these things. This is kind of in the way. It's kind of a concavity right there, so I kind of need this out of the way if I'm going to hit above the edge. So in this case, I'm not abrading to hit on the edge. I'm abrading to get the edge out of the way to try and hit above the edge. And I'm actually going to go with a little smaller tool head just to get into that little pocket there to get that long flake that I wanted. Oh, I probably threw it on the ground and broke it. I need to be aware of some of these things. I could probably put them online as rare. Yeah, blades are hard to make. We'll save that one for posterity. Posterity's my other cat. No, I'm kidding. You know, I like to take pictures of mootz. Ooh, I wonder if I can get this. Hold on. No. Well, I mean, it went, but it wasn't good. I like to take pictures of mootz with some of the blades and stuff, and I made this big blade recently, and I took a picture of mootz with it. And post online, and of course somebody says, oh, yeah, glad to see you finally did in your cat, you know, or something like that. No, mootz is my buddy. I mean, mootz is an extremely needy buddy, okay? But still. So I guess technically if you said, is this a blade core, the answer would be, oh, sure. That was sad. I just broke. See, this is what happens when I try and get smirlicky. Act like I know what I'm doing and everything. That's when the rock will say, ah, getting cocky, huh? And show you who's boss. I need to quit doing this though, because I really was actually trying to do something else. One more. All right, we're stopping. That's silly. But yes, I could do blade chords if I wanted to. And no to the friend of mine that's always bugging me to do blade chords. I don't want to. All right, so here we go. This is a little tricky because it's flared out like that, and it's hard to get above here and hit it without hitting this protruding cortex. And these are the flint wars we're fighting, not the marshmallow wars. And cortex is the enemy. See, I spaced over there. And there was no reason for that. I just wanted to show it to you. I don't like to be too predictable because at some point you're worried that, just like in college when people passed around, you know, information about teachers and professors and their tests and stuff like that. I'm concerned that the rocks will compare notes on me. And they'll be like, okay, here's, from now on, all right, here's how we're going to make freeze crack look like a goofball, particularly on video. You know, I'm full of theories. You might spell theory different if it does not start with an S. But I'm full of theories, and One of my theories is a lot of good nappers are actually kind of artistic eyes and have good eyes for stuff. And I have asked a few good nappers, like the 3 I know. No, I'm kidding. Gosh, y'all are so sensitive. Told you I was stopping that, but another one loomed. Yes, I will deal with all this. What was I saying? Oh, I've asked a few of them. You know, you'd be talking, say, "Hey, you know, can you shoot pool? Can you shoot pool well?" And they always get this gleam in their eye when I say that, and want to immediately escort me to the nearest pool hall and relieve me of my available income or something. This is gonna get tricky in a minute, and I have not left myself a good out. Yep. I fear that we are going to look incompetent in a minute. I have to set myself up for non-failure. Hang on. I'm talking too much. It's already 11 minutes. Okay, so here we go. Uh-oh, that's even worse. I really should have gone back up to a larger billet. Oh yeah, overshots are all accidental. I'm trying to, this looks like some kind of weird cuttlefish going through the, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there has to be a strategy here. And I'm blowing it. This is Goof Off Tuesday. Now I know it's Tuesday. The garbage cans are out. Dang. You might wonder why I'm being so aggressive. It's because I have to. You heard it here first, folks. I mean, I don't have a lot of width and I do have a lot of fatness, so somebody's got to do something, and I'm the only one here. I mean, y'all are here in spirit, but dadgummit. I injured my whittle finger. It's really weird after you work a bunch of bad rock, hit good rock, and it's like kind of be blowing it up, and you're like, man, I can't hit good rock anymore. I'm ruined myself. There is a point to all this, and I don't know if you know what it is. Here's the point. Initial reduction, not necessarily with this rock, but with a lot of rocks. Initial reduction is where you can afford to goof around and play. Just taking off cortex. You can learn, I mean, if you're not spalling or something, which I ought to show more attempts to not waste rock, but if you're not spalling and trying to get 4 or 5 big pieces, or work towards one side because you know that Texas rock is all bad in the middle, you can play. And you can swing for the fences, and you can do crazy crap that normally is wasting money if you're buying your rock. If you're buying too much rock, you need to figure out a way to get rock at a quantity and price where you can practice a lot, because that's what needs to happen. But when you're doing that initial reduction, you can sometimes get some real good practice in for free, whether it be with hammerstones or whatever, or swinging hard. I've learned more on rock gathering expeditions where I can out in the field just pick stuff up and swing hard on it. All right, well, as you can see, this is tricky. And easily, I could have easily at any time dinked this down and lost a little bit of length and come back. But as usual, I'm being stubborn and attempting to conserve the length. I never really show myself conserving width much. I need to. But that kind of goes hand in hand with the sort of points I like. I'm trying to get up to the midline, but not much past it. I kind of like lanceolate stuff. Well, I sure can't think well when I talk now. Okay, here we go. Careful, because if we're hitting downward like this, because this is above the center line, if we're not careful, we put too much bending forces on it, and it's a bad thing. That's out of the way. We're going to grind this dorsal ridge. Why does he do that, Marjorie? I don't know, Ralph. He always does that. Why is he doing it? What does it do? It does that. Yeah, it's not really that you hit the thing or how you hit it. It's the grinding. You believe me, don't you? Well, dang, I got me a pandel going here. It's cattywampus. It's twisted. Cattywampus is French for twisted. Oui, monsieur. Ach du lieber Zeit. Was hat jetzt gemacht? Wer weiß. Der ist wahrscheinlich nur verrückt. This is a problem. We better grind this one. If you ain't careful and you leave little humpies like that on there sometimes, you will regret it. Oh, here's the big dramatic pause for words from your sponsor. I will be right back. You'll need to probably start video number 2 of this amazing series. Be right back.